All right, yeah, we're definitely live. All right, welcome to the stream. We are here. All right, yeah, we're definitely live. All right, this is going to be a very small stream. I just felt like testing Spoonbender because it's been on my mind. Small testing stream. Caution with Turt November 18. Honestly, I really want to do co-op with Turt. I think that'd be a lot of fun. We have this idea to do an entire file and maybe like post them as like actual like as a series. But like if we ever lose like a single run, basically the idea is we're gonna abuse co-op like as much as we can and see if we can like see how close we get to dead god on first try. I think that'd be a ton of fun, yeah. Like literally just like abusing co-op, right? Like we could get all of our tainted lost marks or even the lost marks by abusing you know, using easier characters with Lost. But we'll have some rules to that, obviously. I think that'd be a lot of fun. I'm definitely down to try that. Shooting Dead God in co-op is a great idea. Yeah, I hope it works. It seems like the co-op update looks really, really fun. But anyway, let's get to this. Hell, I got one more file to Dead God, right? So I'm just saying. Yeah, I think that'd be fun. Alright, this is just going to be a very, very small stream. I want to test out Spoonbender. Because I think Spoonbender is hella underrated. I think homing is really just that crazy. So the theory here is I cannot get this feeling out of my head for the all items list. Whenever I look at Mom's Knife and in Insane, Turt's actually already confirmed. Here's a little spoiler for the next all items list. Turt actually said that, you know what? He thinks the gap between Brimstone and Knife is actually bigger than even I think. Because Brim is just great on every single run ever, and Knife does have legitimate downside against more than just Delirium. Like when compared to other items in Insane. Which blew my mind. I did not think he'd say that. Because we did some tests in the Discord channel. So then I was thinking about it more, and I was like, you know what? Would I rather have Spoonbender than Mom's Knife in many runs? And that's where this idea came up. Because honestly, when I look at everything in A+ tier currently, I think I would have Spoonbender over Tech 2, over Quad Shot, probably over even Ipecac, but Ipecac depends, right? Like, you could have a really low damage and Ipecac could save that, but I think in general, Spoonbender is just always so great to have. No way. Anyway, that's what we're here to test, right? I could be capping. So we're going to play as Tainted Lost. Last time I did a testing stream, it was at the end of the all-item stream last time. What I did was I was testing Chocolate Milk and Polyphemus. Basically what I did is at the end of every floor, I'd switch the two items. I would do one floor with Chocolate Milk and then one floor with Polyphemus. That's gonna be a little bit harder to do here because if I'm doing Spoonbender against Mom's Knife, then if I'm doing Spoonbender against Mom's Knife, then those items act completely different from each other. But I think if I can survive the entire run with Spoonbender, and the run is like equivalent with Spoonbender, or even better with Spoonbender into the late game, I think that'd be really, really telling. So we're gonna start with Spoonbender because I think Mom's Knife is the better early game carry than Spoonbender. I think nobody can really argue that. Game. Hello. Yeah, I don't pick up Knife. It's the same category as Epic Fetus. Yeah, it's a lot of damage, but kills, synergy's dead. Pick up only if desperate. Yes. So at the end of the day, I do think Knife and even Epic Fetus deserves. I may have to reload my game. I don't know why it's doing this. I'm just gonna reload my game really quick. Sorry about that, chat. I think Epic Fetus and Knife do deserve Insane because of run save potential. They could just save like the worst runs. But I think even just homing could also potentially do that. It sounds crazy, but like I actually do just think because homing stacks with actually every single item in the game, it might legitimately be that good. That's my theory, at least. Maybe not. Turk did, with some small tests, Turk did agree that it's probably top of A+ at least, so that's something. But I just want to see if it's comparable, right? I think it's likely that Spoonbender is probably worse than Mom's Knife, but I think it's possible that the gap is not that big, meaning that Spoonbender deserves bottom of Insane, right? Because the gap is not that far from Insane tier items. Knife's the highest DPS in the game. Yes, but we are not ranking DPS in the list. We're ranking win rate consistency. I don't really care how much DPS an item does if it... How do we want to go about this? That's not fair, right? Is soy milk really good with homing? It probably is, no? I can't pick up soy milk. Soy milk's one of the only items that is legitimately really bad with Knife. I mean, we instantly found a run that, like, let's say we had Mom's Knife in this run. Okay, look. Let me put it this way. In a normal Tainted Lost run, we pick up soy milk here. That instantly means that when we find Mom's Knife from, like, the next floor Devil Deal, instantly it's a pass. So that's my theory about Mom's Knife, and that's why I think it's lower in Insane tier, is because unlike Brimstone or other items in Insane tier, you pass on it, depending on the run. And this is a prime example, instantly. But with homing, do I pick this up? Take it? I guess I could always delete it later. Let's try it out, right? I could always delete it later. I'm curious. Is homing soy even that good? I will admit, I'm kind of a soy denier. But with homing, it might be better, because you're hitting literally, like, every single shot and getting actual uptime on your DPS. I should have bombed the rock to get the secret room, maybe. Yo, Soul Heart on Tainted Lost, insane. Okay, hold on. First floor on sale, Steam sale is kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. I might end up getting rid of soy milk just because, first of all, I am a soy milk denier. I don't, I'll be honest, I mean, it makes really cool synergies, but I don't actually think it's that good of an item. Something about it, I don't know. Okay, we're definitely getting the Steam sale. Other items in Insane could theoretically solo run, but Spoonbender cannot. It's still one of my favorite items in the game, though. So here's the thing, right? I think Spoonbender can solo enough. And listen, soloing the game is not technically relevant for the list. What matters to me is the moment you pick it up, you feel like basically, if you see this item, you've won the run. That's basically what I'm really ranking here. This fight feels worse with soy. Am I crazy? Like, I feel like I might want to retry this fight without soy. I want to see the difference. Because, I mean, apparently soy is just a DPS up, right? That's what Turt said. Let me just retry this really quick. And then we will remove soy milk. Something about it. So my whole theory with Spoonbender is that I think its win rate might actually be debatably higher than Mom's Knife, like on average. I'll keep saying it. If you pass on Mom's Knife, that counts as a loss for Mom's Knife in my eyes. So like that win rate, I mean, passing on Mom's Knife really hurts the win rate of Mom's Knife. I don't know. The game feels worse with soy. Yeah, I know. It really does. We all know that that Mom's Knife we all know that Mom's Knife is really, really bad with soy milk anyway, so we're probably just gonna delete it. It's fine. We could just ignore the first item room and just act as if Spoonbender was in the first item room. That's probably honestly a better test anyway. Like, skip the first item room, because that's like a realistic scenario, right? Let's get our secret room. Bombs. Nothing. So is the DPS up if you hit your shots, so it's definitely better with Spoonbender. Oh yeah, well, see, and that's the thing. Spoonbender is great with every item. That's why I really don't think it's insane, the possibility of Spoonbender being insane tier. Receive for the floor. Plus 1.5 damage, flight and spectral. Oh, because of darkness, I see. Interesante. I'm a little embarrassed to say that I still don't know all the the tinted cards by heart. It's pretty bad. I guess a mother run is fair-ish. Here's the thing. We already know that Deli is worse with Knife. Like, we tested that. What we could do is maybe Mega Satan. I could just give myself the dad's key. And we could go for Angel Deals. We could do that. Because I do theorize that Mega Satan is not, like, free. I could try that. Like, by that I mean, I don't know if Mega Satan is free with Mom's Knife. I'm wondering if it's even, like, important to test Mom's Knife on this floor. Remove Spoonbender. Give Mom's Knife. So the thing with Mom's Knife is that it instantly gives you a win running item. Like, you have the power for the rest of the run instant pickup, which is very nice. You have a pretty fly insert. That being said, I think while yes, it does guarantee your early game, I think the late game's just a lot worse, like noticeably worse. Ooh, that's really good. That moment when you get 2 exits. Damn, all the golden items. Like, I do legitimately feel like homing is good enough to make it so where I don't get hit, even into the early game. I'm actually wondering if I just want to switch back to Spoonbender. Because again, we all know that Knife at this point in the run is going to nuke everything, even the final boss of this floor. Like, am I really proving anything by using Knife right here? Is this Knife versus Spoonbender? I will say, it's not necessarily Knife versus Spoonbender as much as it is Spoonbender compared to the insane tier items. So Knife, I think, is like a lower tier insane tier item because it's a pass a lot of the times. And that Knife can actually lower your win rate overall because of Deli, because of even Hush. We actually tested Hush, and I was right. Hush, compared to a tier spam build, Hush is definitely harder with Knife. You just have to try harder, you have to approach more, Whereas with a tier spam build, you could just stay on one side of the room. My gut's telling me Knife is still better than Spoonbender for sure. But I don't think the gap is that big. I don't care if it sucks, I love soy milk, right? Take the Tainted card in the shop? Yeah, I did. And the Tainted Keeper, round I lost because I couldn't reach laser as a mom's knife fast enough, yeah. Also, it's good, I just think it's boring. That room was tense with Knife and would have been no issue with homing. It's true, Creature. I guess, you know what? No, let's just keep swapping, right? We'll see the weaknesses of Knife as well. Any room with a lot of enemies can be dangerous if you miss a knife shot, and it's not that hard to miss. Exactly, yes. So that's part of the issue, right? So in Insane tier, we have to be a lot more strict, and that's why I'm playing as Tainted Lost. I think on every single Tainted Lost run, I prefer Spoonbender over Knife. And Turd thought that was a crazy statement. Is it really that crazy? Like, you just don't need to approach with homing. Like, you could just stay at range and it's free. For free. Spawns 2 beggars or devil beggars. Maybe. What does the reverse sun do here? The Terra Cloth? Not much. Honestly, I'm down. Ha! Crooked Penny. I mean, sure, let's run it. I get to show off why Crooked Penny's good as well. Oh, wow. Yo, let's dupe Lost Contact. Is Lost Contact good with Knife? I assume it works, right? That could actually be huge for Knife. Dude, I swear to God. Sorry about that, chat. My fiance was calling me about us getting a washer and dryer for our house. Apparently that's getting delivered soon. I had to go check on it. Okay. Almond milk is better. Yeah, almond milk does feel better, but is it better? I feel like it's better. If you miss knife, you could still protect yourself with melee. Protected myself plenty of times with melee. Blah blah blah. Knives for tryhard gamers. If spoon is insane, what does that make brainworm trinket? We were considering actually ranking trinkets along with. See, like, yes, knife is very strong, but every single room is actually just more dangerous. Like, no doubt. Like, in all of these rooms, I could have just stayed away and just spammed shots. Again, in a list about win rate, I don't care that knife is killing things faster. I care about safety. What is, causing a higher win rate? Plus, this is the part of the run where knife is best when I have no other items, because knife doesn't stack very well, right? Whereas homing stacks with, like, literally everything. Oh, I forgot I could crooked penny stuff. I don't know why I checked that. I know Super Secret Room's not there. Guillotine is insane. Guillotine definitely has synergies to make it insane. I just think, like, in every single run where I've picked up Guillotine, it's never actually benefited me. Oh. God, I gotta get that mod for the Super Tinted Rocks. Honestly, I'm just gonna pick these up. I like to save Crooked Penny for potential double pedestals. Or shops. Ooh, well, no, never mind. That's not so good. And I should have bombed the slot machine as well, but whatever. Nah. Oh my god! We can test that fight with homing really quick. I am curious. Remove knife. Because again, this is where knife shines, right? Knife is a great boss killer. But like we keep extra range. See, like, despite killing him slower, this actually feels way safer with homing. Am I crazy? Like, I don't know, man. I really feel like the extra safety and unability to get hit will make it better. So every single fire rate up, every single tears up is going to stack vastly better into homing than it would into a knife run. I guess the plan is to go for, we could also just Crooked Penny the devil deal. Yeah, because what we could do is we could try that, yeah. Because if we get the Crooked Penny off, then it won't count as a devil deal take. Yeah, nice. We could also get 2 Succubi here if we want. Because we have 3 devil deals. I'm not against just, like, spawning in, like, a Dad's Key or whatever for the Mega Satan. let's just play normal. Let's try to get Mega Satan at least. But hey, here's a good point for Crooked Penny, right? If I wanted to only pick up this and still have a chance for Angel Deals, I could get the Devil Deal item, and it doesn't count as a as paying for a Devil Deal, so we could still get Angel Deals, and I get it for free. Granted, obviously, Lost gets an item for free, but now I get Headless Baby and this. What if both of these items are really good, right? It's really nice, and I get 2 Succubi now. And if I passed on it, it's fine, because I wanted Angel Deals anyway. So it actually does just give a free item at that point, because I wasn't going to buy Succubus anyway, because I want to go for Angel Deals. But because I had Crooked Penny, I just got a free item out of it. And I still get to keep my Angel chance. That was better with homing the Ragman. Homing is too dangerous for knife, exactly. Swimrunners and its eye. Just get 2 Succubi. You know, Crooked Penny can dupe trinkets, now do Mother Manor. I've already tested Mother before. I want to test Mega Satan because I already know how knife works into Mother. I haven't tested Mega Satan. I theorize that Mega Satan will be similar to Hush. And I think because I think knife is not as good into Mega Satan as well. Not the D12. Randomize rocks, bro. Should go Devils because most Angel items give homing, so it kind of defeats the point. I tell you what, if we run into Sacred Heart or Godhead, or just another homing item, then we will re-roll it. Because you're right, that would defeat the point. Again, remember, these runs are based on testing. It doesn't really matter about, like, necessarily winning the run. I care more about the test, more than anything. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. Homing is just so free. So I think people underrate how good homing is for enemy rooms as well. Everybody keeps saying that knife is way better than homing for rooms, and I just disagree. Forget me now. It does nothing to have 2. Would I get rid of my well, that was a throw. Would I get rid of my Crooked Penny for Forget Me Now? Probably not. I'd probably just leave it. I mean, I don't know, man. Homing just feels so much safer. Like, you get some range ups and we could really just, like, stay from afar. Oh, and these two, man? Insta-kills Gideon? Insane. Does D12 actually insta-kill Gideon? I didn't know that. That's awesome. Like that homing might get overridden by other homing should be accounted. I agree, but that gets dwarfed. Because how many homing items are there in the game? I don't count C-section, by the way, because C-section's homing is different, right? I would count actually only Godhead and Sacred Heart, and those are top 5. Like, is there another homing item besides Spoonbender, Godhead, and Sacred Heart? I don't know if there is. Whereas there's so many more things that Knife overrides to a negative degree, or Knife gets overridden, right? So I actually don't even think that that's, like, comparable. Like, Knife is definitely much worse in terms of, like, overriding. And making the run worse and stuff like that. Brainworm? I guess. Homing's way better than Brainworm, though. Hot take. Homing stacks with... I think at base, Brainworm might be better. Maybe. But homing stacks with items way better than brainworm. It's not even close. Woo! Yeah, I mean, so far homing is definitely mitigating the difficulty of this run. Yo, headless baby, insane. Yeah, I mean, hell, even this could be considered a synergy, because look, with knife, it's a lot harder because you have to get up closer to the enemy. With homing, I could actually just stay in the succubus and still hit all my shots because of their homing. Be right back. Alright, apparently in 20 minutes I gotta go receive my washer and dryer housing things. I wonder if this is a good area to Crooked Penny. Insane. Just because it's a mystery item. Coupon. Interesting. Yo, check me out, right? We battery coupon. Wait. Then we buy this and we get the cheaper item. Oh my god, Crooked Penny's insane! Crooked Penny's insane. Okay, but now we just got another coupon. Maybe that was just a waste of money, actually. I'd rather have Crooked Penny than coupon. But it was cool. You see the potential. C-section homing does override Spoonbender, though. That's true. Does Spoonbender make the homing on C-section stronger? Because that would be something. If it does literally override it, that's fair enough. But even then, like, even if I consider Spoonbender as well, it doesn't mean anything. It's still only 3 items compared to, like, way too many items for knife. Oh, these are spectral. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I honestly didn't know that. I'm gonna rewind this. I didn't realize those flames went through rocks. Alright, we're gonna play this better then. I feel bad during tests when I just have skill issue or knowledge diaps. Because, I mean, this fight is super free if you just play it normal. Yeah. I honestly thought I'd be invincible right here. Clearly not, though. Early Spoonbender did carry me to Shield on Ultra Hard Run early on. I was grinding it. Yeah, and I think that's the point of this test, is that I think Spoonbender actually is good enough to carry you, even when you get it early. I think homing is just better in general, IMO. Don't know how much of a hot take that is. I mean, everybody thought I was crazy when I said Spoonbender was better than Knife, but I'm glad to see that some people in chat are actually agreeing with me now. Babybender if you have Incubus or Twisted Pair. Well, that's fair. The Succubus complement both well, though. Well, Succubus is a great item no matter what, but I don't think there's any doubt that homing is better with Succubus than Knife. Knife, you literally need to get closer on with homing. You could actually way more easily stay within the aura to get the damage buff. And still hit everything. Going to Curse Room with Stars card. Was that a, To be fair, we did get an I Can See Forever. I actually feel like I'd rather just drop, the sun. We did get I Can See Forever, so we should be able to find our super secret. And I mean, hell, PhD stacks a lot better with homing anyway, because tier-based effects are just flat out better with tiers than it is with knife. So on lost runs, homing is also still better. Mega Bootage. Oh wait, that's right. I forgot. Speed up's nice. Power pill, we could also just use that, but whatever. That was D12, that doesn't matter. Alright, let's get a move on. I'm actually just gonna take the I could see forever pill. Just because I don't really feel like using the sun, to be honest. Alright, so think about how easy that floor was, and now let's do the next floor with knife and see how different it is. Did I never pick this up? I'm throwing. I'm actually throwing. Range is really good for homing as well. Well, it's good for both, to be fair. I will say, though, range is actually probably one of the best stat ups for a homing run, but it's pretty irrelevant for other runs. Is that a crazy take? I don't think so. Because with range plus homing, that means that you can just stay further away from the enemy, and you can just shoot at an angle that makes it more impossible for you to get hit, right? So I actually think range actually stacks into legitimate DPS for homing, whereas range is pretty irrelevant later into the game with other items. That's actually a good point. I didn't think about it like that. Remove Spoonbender. Give Mom's knife. Mom's knife? Can give homing tears. Mal, I don't care about that. I mean consistent homing tears. That I do not care about at all. Plus, all those items are vastly better with Spoonbender. We're talking about item overriding. Yes, you can get homing sometimes with all of those, but you know what? All of those items are vastly better with Spoonbender, because for $3 bill, you could get homing scythes, or homing Eye of Belial, or anything like that. Almond milk, you have all your tiers always landing. Fruitcake, you have all your tiers always landing. All those special effects, Play-Doh, yeah, like, that is not an overriding situation. Like, all in all, it is still super beneficial to have homing. Overriding infers that it becomes a useless item, and that only really, or a detrimental item, like in the case of Mom's knife in some runs. See, like here, I could have just spammed shoot and killed them from here. But I can't reach, right? So this is literally just more dangerous, unless I just wait. At least Succubus carries there. But in a run without Succubus, that was far more dangerous. Blacktooth's oh wait, never mind, because it's a trinket, that's stupid. Battery could be good if with Crooked Penny. Oh wow. See, like, here is an example of an item that I'm willing to Crooked Penny because it's just not that good on its own. But two of them could actually be solid, right? Well, there you go. right? I don't think the item by itself makes that much of a difference, but two of them might, right? In terms of, you know, of Crooked Penny power. Because look, I mean, it's just a lot more creep stacking, right? Okay, that was a skill issue, 100%. But, hear me out. I think homing stops the skill issue scenario. Because how is that room with homing? I'm curious. Remove mom's knife. Give spoon bender. I just realized. Well, yeah, the knife did not work with the shield tiers either. That was way easier with spoon bender. I barely even had to approach. That wasn't even close, actually. So already in the run, I'm noticing that spoon bender is just better. Because it stops actual possibilities of getting hit. Remove spoon bender. Give mom's knife. Rid of one of Knife's weaknesses, which is against swarms. That's true. You know what? For the sake of the test, let's actually delete Succubus. But then again, no, it's fine. We can keep it. It's fine. Let's keep it. Again, we're trying to do a normal run, so sometimes you get items that help mom's knife. That's kind of part of it, right? I mean, hell, we've already still seen a room that knife kind of stinks against. Okay, you know what? I think that's because of knife. I think it is. I mean, I almost ran into that. Let's test it with spoon bender. Yeah, plus we have the shielded tiers too as well. You just don't have to get nearly as close. You don't have to approach at all. It's so much easier. It's actually not even close. I'll be honest, chat. I did not expect Spoonbender to already be feeling better than Knife this soon in the run. This is actually really telling. Is Spoonbender actually better than Mom's Knife? That feels so wrong, but it actually might be. Yo, 12 troll bombs? Insane. This boss is really good for Knife, because I'll just one-shot it. Let's try that with Spoonbender. That didn't go as that didn't go as clean as I thought it would, honestly. I thought I was going to kill it a lot quicker with Knife. Because that's the thing, right? The DPS of Mom's Knife needs to be insane in order to make up for the extra danger. Give Spoonbender... Oh, wait. I think I need to rewind first. Rewind. Yeah. Remove mom's knife. Give spoon bender. Yeah, and I have the actual shielded tiers now. I can stay further away. It's easier to circle. That felt easier! What?! I cannot believe how easy Spoonbender is, even in early game. Blames it on Knife for getting hit by death enemy projectiles. Victor, I think you're understanding wrong, right? In a win rate tier list, we are ranking the win rate, right? So possibilities of getting hit is vastly more important than extra DPS. Like, way more important. It's not even close. The only way that Knife gets into insane, and it is insane, no matter what, right? I don't think it's ever worth even considering that it's A+. Knife makes up for the extra potential of getting hit by actually just having that much DPS. However, because you could kill things quick enough. However, if you're never getting hit with the item you're comparing it to, then the extra DPS doesn't matter. The extra DPS only matters when compared to other items that increase your DPS, like, let's say, Tough Love, or just a damage up even, or anything like that, right? Because those are not changing how you can get hit. Homing, not only does it not force you to go close range like Knife does, but homing, you could actually attack in a way that lets you dodge in ways that you can't attack, that you can't dodge usually while still attacking. That's why Knife is B tier. I don't think Knife is ever B. I don't think Knife is ever not insane tier, to be fair. I'm just saying, like, it's crazy that I'm already seeing the difference. I actually thought it would not even be until, like, Womb that I'd see homing feel better. This actually shocks me, I'm not gonna lie. I was expecting Knife to be insane at the early game, but then homing was going to be better into the later points of the game. Look at this creep run, by the way. Nice! So, how does this work? That makes sense. I'll just take the extra damage, honestly. Did that not stack? It had to have, right? That looked weird, I'm not gonna lie. This would be a good boss to test against, because this is kind of hard early game, this red angel. Yeah, so, like, here's another attack. Like, those Holy Light attacks, I can shoot in a way that is impossible for me to shoot with Knife. That's actually technically not true, because you can angle the Mom's Knife. That's technically not true, but it's harder, that's for sure. It's harder with Mom's Knife. I definitely want to try that with Mom's Knife. Because that's actually a hard fight in the early game. Remove, Oh no, what happened? Fudge. Okay, how do I do this? I can give Eucharist, right? Okay. This should still work, right? Yeah. At least this way I could see if the damage up actually stacked. Is it not? What? Wait, that's so ass. Why are these two damage ups not stacking with each other? That's so lame. I could always remove Eucharist, this works. Alright, so let's see if I kill it fast enough to Okay, yeah. To be fair, I think you can make the argument that that was easier with knife. I think that's fair, because we killed it so much quicker with knife. That being said, homing was also free. Like, I never felt like I was in danger of getting hit. I think they're probably just comparable. Knife maybe was a little bit easier. We did kill it way quicker. Yeah, maybe knife was easier in that scenario. I'll give that one to knife. I'll give that one to knife. Because that one was noticeable, right? I think against bosses, especially in the early game, knife is just better, right? And I think that's obvious. Like, you're just killing... Like, actually, though, I will say, against Ragman, I think homing was better. Specifically Ragman, I think homing was better. Hell, even against this boss, against Frail, homing felt better there, too. I guess it depends on the fight, right? Because you do just get the instant one-shot on most of these early game bosses with knife. But again, homing makes these scenarios where it's actually impossible to get hit. We're going to remove Eucharist, by the way. We are going to remove Mom's knife and go back to Spoonbender. So far we've been hit twice on Mom's knife and never been hit on Spoonbender because of Spoonbender. The only time I got hit with the Spoonbender was on Mega Mob, but that was literally just because I thought the fires were, like, the rock would make me immune to the Mega Mob fires. I would have been hit there on Mom's knife as well, 100%. I just, that was just a knowledge gap for sure. What am I doing? Give Spoonbender. You're already in the damage plateau, Manor. You didn't shoot diags. So the issue with knife is that you'll lose to yellow spider spawners, not bosses. Yeah, just use melee, wiggle around, melee with Mom's knife. That is not applicable on a Tainted Lost run, Victor. That's too risky. Why would I ever do that? That is just stupid. I'm sorry. I mean, hell, I still one-shot that boss. That boss was... I would say that boss was easier with Mom's knife, the way I did it. So, what's the issue? I think they're close, admittedly, but... Yeah, I'd say Mom's knife was a little bit easier, just because I nuked it much faster, right? And it didn't feel like there was a scenario where it was dangerous with knife either. And you know what else? Like, remember, like, knife overrides contact tiers, the lost contact. So that's also really bad for knife, because, like, I just have so much more protection. And that's the case with all tier-based effects, right? That knife overrides. If you get cornered by yellow spiders, of course, you need to melee. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to convince Victor, because Victor is assuming that every single player will play perfectly at all times. Whereas with Spoonbender, you don't actually even need to try. You actually just don't even need to try with Spoonbender. It's just such a vast difference. I will say, though, I was ready to come to the conclusion that knife was comparable to knife, but below it. I don't know, man. I am starting to think that I'm starting to think Spoonbender is actually better than knife, which is crazy. I think what's going to be really telling is Mega Satan, because I already think knife is not good into Mega Satan, but that fight will show a lot, I think. Yeah, I mean, so far everything's just going really easily. See, like, in this situation, I don't care about deck of cards. Well, that's not true. Deck of cards is better on Tainted Lost. Alright, let's just take it. We gotta get more holy cards after all. It'd be silly to not take deck of cards on a Tainted Lost run. We should at least play optimally. As much as I love Crooked Penny, come on now, it's Tainted Lost. You gotta pick the deck of cards up. We've already gotten some pretty good benefit out of Crooked Penny too. That room would have struggled a lot, I think, with Knife. Should I test it? Give Mom's Knife. Yes, mother. Oh wait, I have Spoonbender still. Remove Spoonbender. Fudge! Okay, I swear I did not do that on purpose. Hold on, let's try it again. Okay. It's something about it. It is important to note that on first try, Spoonbender did not get hit. That's twice. That is just kind of a hard room, to be fair. Let's try it one more time with Spoonbender. If I get hit with Spoonbender here, I'm just going to say that room is just hard in general. But if I do it again without getting hit on Spoonbender, I think that'll be really telling. Yeah, because the Lost Contact, man. The fact that Mom's Knife overrides Lost Contact, that was so free. This is exactly my point, man. And you can't say that that's just because of Lost Contact, because that's my whole point. Mom's Knife overrides tier-based effects, and this is one of them. Yeah. Look, I was so close to that, and it was still free. This is not even close. This is so free with Spoonbender. Ha! Okay, I did throw there. I think it's pretty obvious, though, that that was just stupid. That was just silly. I think this is a good showing of why tier effect overriding is really important for ranking of Knife. Here, let's try it one more time. So you just shoot at the enemy. Yeah, like if we're actually playing safe, like we have the option to shoot away the tiers. That room was so much effort with Knife. That's why I don't like that you have to work 3 times as hard. Manner days as he gets hit. I mean, Victor, can you actually, like, tell me right now, yo, Mom's Knife gives 1/3 mom transformation? Insane. Well, it is insane. Listen, whenever I'm talking negatives of Mom's Knife, it's never to bring Mom's Knife below insane. I'm gonna be right back. Alright, I'm sorry about that, chat. I had to sign some papers and get our washer and dryer in. We're all good now. Just joined. Out of curiosity, when is Spoonbender ever a negative? Yeah, and that's part of it, right? Like, it's easy to get caught up in the high roll of Mom's Knife. Like, in best case scenario for Knife, it is a really bad run with really bad damage. And it never gets overridden. You never have any anti-synergies with Knife. That's the best case scenario for Knife, and I think that's what most people are thinking of. I think this test is showing, like, already it's shown so much in how the overriding of effects for Knife is actually a massive negative that people are not considering. Like, look, like, shielded contact right there, right? That was amazing with homing. But here, if I remove Spoonbender and give Mom's Knife, because Spoonbender has no effect, I don't have the extra protection, so I can't shoot away the tears. I have to play much more careful. With Spoonbender, I could actually be more aggressive, which is funny, because you'd think it'd be the other way around. Alright, this is the Spoonbender floor, so let's keep playing with Spoonbender. Remove Mom's Knife. Give Spoonbender. So wait, is this a comparison to Spoonbender and Mom's Knife? You know, originally it was really just meant to test the gap between Knife and homing, because I was pretty confident that Knife was going to be better than Spoonbender. I just thought maybe they deserved to be on the same tier. That was the point of the test. But so far, I don't know, man. Spoonbender so quickly feels better than Knife. Like, I actually feel like Knife only felt better for the very first 2 floors. And even then, that's debatable. That's the crazy part. I have yet to ever get hit, like in an actual... I've basically never been hit with Spoonbender. The only time I got hit was on Mega Mob because I thought the fires were spectral. I would have been hit in that scenario with Knife as well. I just thought that rocks made you immune to the fires, so I just stood in it instead of actually dodging. Because the thing with Spoonbender is that it gives you ways to dodge that are usually impossible. Morrising Spoonbender is on the same level of items like Knife. Yeah, for sure. The crazy thing is that I actually don't even think it's close. Like, at least on this run, I don't know, man. Spoonbender feels way better. Actually, way better. And quick, too. Like, I don't even have that many items yet. So this will be a good showing of, because of the tier effects. And hell, I'm hitting every single shot here. That was free. That was actually completely free. Okay. Let's try with Knife. Rewind. Remove. Spoonbender. Give Mom's Knife. I think where Knife actually struggles a lot is ads. Like enemy spawning. If I get hit by a rock there, I wasn't going to count it against Knife. Okay. It was close. It was close. It felt a little safer with Spoonbender, but they were probably similar levels, honestly, in that test. Because even though, like, Spoonbender felt safer, I definitely killed the boss quick enough with knife that it didn't really matter. So I think that one's like a tie, basically, I would say. I was definitely able to dodge easier with Spoonbender, but because I was able to kill it so quick with knife, I think it makes up for the difference. So let's keep it going. The moon. Let's do this. Another benefit of knife is that it gives spectral, which isn't showcased in this test. That's true. I will say, and that is actually a valid point, Wiggly. That being said, I think testing on anybody aside from challenge characters is kind of irrelevant when we're this high up into the tiers. It is a good point. However, I don't think that like I could do a keeper test as well. That's what we could probably do. We could do a keeper test. And I think that'll be also telling for what's it called? For homing, because I think homing with triple shot is vastly better than knife with triple shot. Because knife with triple shot means that it takes a lot longer to charge up your long range attack. And I actually think that's like pretty bad. Whereas with homing, you're actually hitting like almost all the time, all three of your shots. So I think like even then with knife having the spectral on the keeper run, I think I'd rather just always have like the triple shooting without the longer charge time for knife. But we can do a test on that. It is still a completely valid point that yes, knife does get spectral in its kit, which is really nice. Is a good point. Okay, let's move on. Yeah, knife is good on bosses. To be fair, I've always said that the main weakness of knife is into enemy rooms. Like, I think it's very likely that you're going to run into situations where you could just get hit with knife in enemy rooms because of unpredictability and all that. Bosses, knife always just feels really good. And it always has, right? Because you just nuke stuff. The difference, though, is that I don't actually think it's that crazy of a difference. Okay, but hold on, hear me out. You can instant destroy poops. Insane. Tent Keeper with melee is really good because he wants to get close and collect coins. True. Who do y'all think is harder, Tainted Keeper or regular Keeper? Maybe I should do a poll. You know what? I'll give Mom's Knife this one. This is the first room in the entire run where I feel like knife was easier in that room. Because with homing there, homing is not piercing, right? So I wouldn't have been able to attack through their faces. So that's a legitimate point for knife. Knife is piercing. So being able to go through all those enemies at once is really nice. That being said, I probably wouldn't have been hit with that room, but it would have been more annoying, that's for sure. Like, in a room where there's a bunch of those and, like, a bunch of faster and, like, more threatening enemies, I could definitely see that being an issue. That was a skill issue. I'm not gonna account that to knife. I guess we'll just keep playing without rewinding. That was definitely a skill issue. I'm not gonna blame that on knife. I didn't see this for some reason. Rare knife W. I don't even consider Keeper a challenge character. Tainted Keeper is higher risk, higher reward, while Keeper is generally safer. It's up to taste, but I'd say Tainted Keeper is harder. I think Tainted Keeper is harder, much less room for error. Let's try it. Let's do a little poll. I am curious, actually. Which is harder to win a run? Or I should say, which is less likely to win a run? Less likely to win a run. Keeper or Tainted Keeper? What do y'all think? Agrees on the stream? Blue map, insane. It's actually nice. Maybe I get a holy card for one of these. Damn, triple skulls. Magician. Maybe I'll use that on boss. Explosivo is overridden by Mom's Knife, so instantly we have another showing of Mom's Knife being worse than homing because of stacking. This, just like Lost Contact, gets overridden by Mom's Knife. I like Explosivo, so especially into bosses, so that's pretty bad. Chaos. Should I take Chaos? To be fair, this is our last opportunity to get starter deck, and now, yeah, I think at this point in the run, getting Chaos is actually pretty good. Full health. All right. Oh my god! I gave literally nothing. This might be a room that's better with knife, maybe? Just because of instant KO? Maybe. It's debatable. I mean, honestly, maybe not. Because, to be fair, I could have actually stayed into the rocks with knife as well. It's probably actually just as easy with either. Raise the damage, but just very rigid, because if your attack is charged, you can't deal high damage to close without getting in dangerous range. You don't even deal knockback. Alright, let's fight Mom. That's pretty easy. The sun. Let us try with Spin Bender. Give Spoon Bender This one might actually be easier with knife. Oh, but I do have Explosivo. Although, to be fair, Explosivo is pretty bad into this boss. It's actually really bad into this boss. That was definitely a skill issue. Losing that, what's it called, is, pretty bad. I literally see the foot and I just, like, stayed in place. That was so stupid. Yeah, honestly, if I just keep moving like this, I shouldn't be able to get hit. I don't know why I just stood in place. I'd say this one is easier with knife. I think that's fair. Just because I think killing this boss quicker is better. I think that's fair. So far we have 2 scenarios where knife is better. To be fair, you definitely don't get hit there as long as you don't, like, massively skill issue like I did. Just staying up here for no reason. I don't know why I did that. It was so dumb. Let's do that. Standing still and let yourself get stomped. Yeah, I'm just into that kind of thing. What can I say? All right, let's move on. Remedial knockback. Yeah, not dealing knockback for knife is also pretty rough, I would say. Oh, let's do this, actually. Pretty flies. Damn. The Emperor. This room's significantly easier with homing. I get too greedy a lot of times with Tainted Keeper. Keeper is more like a one with Tainted Keeper. I think Keeper's probably more likely to win, like on average, personally. But I get the reasoning for Tainted Keeper. He's just much more glass cannon based. The Emperor. Still not a single holy card in this entire run, by the way. I swear, my Tainted Lost Luck is so bad. That run was so free with homing. By the way, we just got freaking... Oh, that's awesome. Alright, we're gonna rewind. Try it with knife. Can they hit me? No. Remove spoon bender. I give mom's knife. This definitely feels worse. But it probably doesn't lead to a hit, to be fair. Yeah. That probably doesn't even matter, to be honest. I wonder... I will say, if Ocular Rift also doesn't work with Knife, I think it's absolutely set in stone, because this is one of my favorite tier-based effects, and if this doesn't even work with Knife, that's so bad. That's actually so bad, if that's the case. Honestly, growth hormones for Angel Deal, not that bad. Hold on, Chaos kind of cooked. I think it's definitely fair to say, so far, Mom's Knife and Homing feel comparable for bosses. Like, for the entirety of the run, Knife and Homing feel comparable. Knife might be a little bit better, just because instant nuking is really nice. This is not counting final bosses, by the way, because I absolutely think Homing is way better on final bosses. For traditional bosses, it seems like Knife is maybe slightly better than Homing. Just slightly, right? Because there's some bosses that Homing just feels way safer for. And I don't care that Knife kills faster in those situations, because I'd rather just never get hit. And Homing feels significantly better against rooms, like I thought. I always thought Knife was risky into certain rooms, and this run has proved that a lot so far. Ocular Rift is a throw with Tainted Lost? I don't think so. I guess we'll find out on the Homing run, though. That would have felt a lot better with Homing. Not like it matters, I didn't get hit anyway, but still. We can honestly just do this. Hold on, let's get the secret room first. Alright. I know it's a lot better to melee Mom's Knife, but I have no holy cards, so that is not realistic. Like in an actual run, I would never risk that. That was pretty easy though. We can rewind it really quick. Try it with Homing. Remove Mom's Knife. Give Spoonbender. Ooh, I actually died. This might be massive for Mom's Knife. Hold on. You know what it is? It's this fight without piercing. What is it? The shielded contacts were really hurting me on the Homing run. Let's see. Remove. Oh wait, no, I see what we have to do. We have to remove Mom's Knife. Give Spoonbender. So it's possible actually that you know what it is? It's lost contact though. I actually don't think it's Homing's fault at all. This actually might mean that lost contact might be a bigger throw than I expected. If we die again, I'm actually gonna try it without lost contact and see if lost contact is actually more detrimental than we expected. Because I definitely feel like I killed that way slower because of lost contact. Like my shots just kept getting blocked. Yeah, look at this. I'm not making it to the eyes as easy. Yeah, it's hard for me to actually shoot her with lost contact. I want to try it without lost contact. See if I nuke it a lot quicker. Remove lost contact. Okay, let's just try that really quick. Yeah, because now I could actually focus on dodging and still shoot her. Yeah, that was way easier without lost contact. Okay, that's definitely not a negative of Spoonbender. That is a negative of lost contact, because that fight was easy with both. I'd actually say that fight is similar with both. So maybe we gotta lower lost contact a little bit, because lost contact was definitely the reason that I got hit there. I don't know, we'll see. Because this just feels really easy then. Yeah, I mean, look, the, we have lost contact here, yeah. Yeah, I'm not hitting my shots. That attempt did feel a little bit easier, though. Maybe I just low rolled on shots. I think knife overall, okay, compared to no Spoonbender, I mean, no lost contact, I think they're similar. Like, they're not that different. But in that fight, I actually just think lost contact is not very good. Because the thing with Mom's Heart is that it's actually pretty easy to dodge her tears, but she does still shoot a lot of tears. So the loss in DPS might actually cause you to get hit because the fight's going on so much longer. Rift kill you? Rift definitely did not kill me. Lost contact you save you so much with homing. I don't feel confident doing Hush with lost contact if I have 6+ tears, for example. You're praising homing so much because of lost contact, and now you diss on lost contact. Yeah. It is, I wonder how much. Because that fight is definitely harder with lost contact. Let me look at the list. Did I repost it? To be fair, homing might stay where it is. This is a very specific scenario. It says Tainted Lost, and like that, I'm not gonna lower lost contact. I think the fight though, like with Spoonbender alone, without the lost contact there, super free fight. Same with Knife. They're probably just the same. Maybe Knife's a little bit better. I do think in general, Knife is probably overall a little bit better into bosses. Just by a little bit, but I think Spoonbender's a lot better into rooms, and I think that makes a massive difference for me. And I also think Spoonbender's a lot better into bosses. So that's really relevant. Let's see. It's funny that we actually got Guppy's head in the Devil Deal here. I think I just take the juice, honestly. I'm not gonna get Guppy this late into the run, especially with Chaos. Let's do this. If you don't have piercing, lost contact might be a throw against heavy bullet bosses like Hush. You know, we did bring that up for the lost contact placement. I wonder if it's more of a negative than we were giving it credit. It is still really nice to have, but it is true that you actually will just kill bosses way slower with lost contact, and that can definitely lead to taking hits. Spoonbender has to go down a bit by virtue of being a few other homing items. There's 3. The thing is that if you use that logic, then that means Knife has to go lower because of it overriding a million effects. Even on this run alone, I have Explosivo, Lost Contact, and you know what? Even though Lost Contact was a negative for that Mom's Heart fight, let's be honest here. Lost Contact's a great item, no matter what. Like, it probably doesn't even move on the tier list at all from that one fight. It's just, it's important to note that some fights, right? That is a negative. So yeah, I have 3 effects that get overridden by Knife. How many homing items did I find in this run? Literally 0. Literally 0. Oh yeah, that's right. We're supposed to do Knife for this. Let's actually rewind, because that maybe was a problem. Give mom's knife. Okay, it wasn't that done. Woo! Those bomb. Oh my god. Those things are high on the enemy tier list. That rune probably would have been a lot better with Spoonbender. The stars. I guess we can mess around. Ooh, luck up's nice. Come on. Oh my god, that was... Okay. We did it. That was scary, though. Alright, Satan, what you got? Bomb strats. Insane. I messed it up. Insane. That section's probably easier with Knife, because just nuking them really quick is really good. Ooh, I think this boss is definitely going to be easier with Knife. I think I can already tell. Maybe not. That was a skill issue, to be fair. I'm not going to count that against Knife. I will say Lost Contact definitely helps on this boss. Fudge! We've died twice on third phase with Knife. The first one definitely felt like a skill issue. That one might have actually been because of Knife? Maybe, I don't know. We're gonna test it. Something about how it feels. Because, like, you could just spam shoot while you circle in this phase without, like, while focusing on what is spawning. Fudge. That is happening consistently. I swear I'm not doing that on purpose. Homing probably struggles on phase 1 and 2 worse, though. Yeah, there we go, finally. Let me just see if homing one tries this. That'll be pretty telling, I think. Remove mom's knife. Give spoon bender. Okay. Damn, I keep messing that up. See, like, it might be slower, but this is still free. Yeah, and here is where... Okay, y'all are right. Y'all are right. What the hell? Maybe I overrate Ocular Rift. That was 100% Ocular Rift. I might overrate Ocular Rift. I might have to remove it. I didn't realize it was legitimately a throw for Tainted Lost. Yeah, Tur might have been right about that one, because he always said that, and I didn't believe it. Yeah. It does mess you up. I'm going to remove it and try it without it. Because if I was being optimal, I just never would have picked up Ocular Rift, right? Like, I would have ignored it. I did not realize there was an actual negative pickup. That's crazy. Wow, okay. Maybe they are just more comparable than I give them credit for. So this is kind of what I theorized. That Knife is better against the easy bosses. But Homing's better against final bosses, right? This boss might actually be easier with Knife, just for instant nuke ability. Let's see if I one-shot this third phase, though. That'll be pretty telling. Yeah, because the Homing goes and, like, aims at the ads. I think the ads are the hardest part of this phase. The fact that they just, like, automatically attack them without me needing to aim at them. Third phase is definitely easier with Homing. I think I could say that confidently. And I actually think that's the hardest part of that phase. So maybe this fight's actually more equal than I expected. First phase is probably the same with both. Like, that phase is just easy no matter what. But it is easier with Knife. It nukes it quicker, but, like, who cares, honestly? This phase is definitely easier with Knife, no doubt. The Lost Contact's really nice, though. This phase is definitely easier with Homing. I can so confidently say that. Not even needing to worry about aiming at the ads is so huge. That phase is way easier with Homing. I wonder if that phase alone makes me think Spoonbender's better for that fight. Because I died 3 times with Knife on third phase, and I think I only died once with Spoonbender on that phase. Victor was right, though. Rift was definitely a throw. We're just going to do the rest of the run as if I didn't pick up Ocular Rift. That's how we had, like, an optimal test. Because an optimal player would have ignored Ocular Rift there. I just didn't, you know. JoJo's are better on Satan's legs. The thing is that, obviously Knife kills it faster, but that third phase is just way too risky. I vastly prefer the Homing on that third phase, so that way the ads just get mitigated. Not gonna lie, many of those times are skill issue. We could try it again with Knife. If it happens multiple times, though, Victor, I'm not gonna say that's skill issue. A skill issue only really happens once, maybe twice. If it happens a bunch of times, then it definitely is a difference in the items. Because Spoonbender consistently can beat that third phase, like, without a worry. Whereas Knife consistently felt like it was dangerous. This phase is definitely like... Yeah, that was a skill issue, whatever. I was gonna say, this phase is definitely easier with knife. That phase is also easier with knife for sure. It's the freaking ads! See, in homing in that exact situation, I could have just spammed shoot. No, I just played that bad. I don't know why I didn't do the bomb strat. Woo! Oh my god, dude. The ads on third phase are so annoying. But the ads become irrelevant with homing. Because I have to focus on the ads, otherwise I'm going to die. But with homing, you just spam shoot. There you go. Okay, when you get the one shot, then it's fine. I think I was in Succubus there too. It's honestly kind of hard to get the optimal shot on that third phase while also dodging the ads. Like, it seems like it's just skill issue, but it actually is just hard. Because you're focusing on where the ads spawn, because the ads spawn at, like, completely random-ass locations. So, like, it's easy to say, oh, Manor's just skill issuing. Like, you could literally just one-shot the third phase if you aim correctly. But it's not that simple, right? In practice, you need to focus on the entirety of the room of where that ad spawns, right? It is so much easier to say that without context of you actually playing the run. Don't auto-charge knife third phase. We could try that. So you can get the lower range knife. You might be right, actually, Victor. There you go. Okay, I will say that was a lot easier. Maybe it was potentially skill issue this entire time. Maybe. Maybe I just got lucky that time. I will say, though, it feels very dangerous to get super close. Especially when you have no holy card. Tainted Lost. You know what's funny? That was a death because of Mom's knife. If you look back, like, turn back the clip really quick, I did not shoot. The knife being out damaged the enemy and caused it to explode, causing me to die. That was 100% a knife death. No skill issue there. Mom's knife melee moment. I don't actually think there's a way to like, I actually don't think there's a single way how you could defend knife in this situation. That death happened because of Mom's knife. That one's really telling to me. We don't know if you actually didn't shoot. Well, it's video recorded. If I shot, then you can then you can check. That was a skill issue, to be fair. If I die to an ad, I consider that a negative of the knife. If I die to the foot, I'm probably just being stupid. But that's not always true, to be fair. There are definitely times where I die to the foot because I'm avoiding ads, and that is definitely the fault of knife. Because with homing, I'm able to just run around the room a lot easier. That was a skill issue. I don't know how I didn't get hit there, I'm not gonna lie. Okay. I will say that fight is easier when you don't full charge. But I don't know, something about it. Watch. I will say that death is because I wanted to do the melee. So this is kind of what I mean, right? If you're trying to... Okay, that was dumb. This is kind of what I mean, though, right? Like, if you're trying to play it safe... then it's just not super safe to, I'm not really counting these, don't worry, chat. Yeah, it's easy to say go up for melee, but it's just more dangerous. You die more if you do that. Like, it's safer to go for the long range. Okay. Let's try one more time with Spoonbender. Oh, wait. Like, it's easy to get caught up on, oh, hey, I'm killing this boss way quicker with knife, so that's better. But that doesn't necessarily mean safer, because that felt way safer with homing. And again, here, I could literally just circle around the fight and just spam shoot. And that was easy. I'm leaning towards... I mean, hell, I did that first try, too. I've died a million times with knife. Yes, it's slower for sure. But I think homing's easier. You can just stand in really safe positions with homing. I mean, this is so free. It actually is so free. Twice in a row? I've noticed you insta-win if Leech doesn't insta-spawn. That's true. You were charging, so you were shooting when you were against the ad. That doesn't matter, though. But I didn't actually shoot the knife. My point is that, the knife, like, being an actual hitbox there is what killed me in that one scenario. Send a clip of what to do third phase, Lamau. I mean, I won 3 times in a row. I'll take my L on this one, but I just want to make a point that you can use knife so much more strategically. And that's probably true. Listen, at the end of the day, we take realistic skill into account. I've used knife a million times, right? I have a realistic level of skill with it. It's just when I'm playing as Tainted Lost with one hit, I can't do the melee strats. Knife is free on red and soul heart characters because you could just run up and do the melee attack and tank one hit out of your millions of hits to just OHKO the boss. Like, if I was any character who had more than one hit, I could actually just run up to the boss and just tank a hit and then just kill him instantly. But I don't have that ability as a character like Tainted Lost. And that's why homing, having that extra protection, not being able to get hit, is vastly important. Like, again, I can understand the skill issue point if I only died, like, a few times. Okay, that was definitely skill issue. I stood right in the brim. I'm not going to count any of the deaths against first phase. Because first phase, you should never die to first phase. Let's be real. As either knife or homing. That is just dumb. You should never die to first phase. Oh, shoot. I'm not gonna count any of the first phase deaths on either, because I had a bunch with Mom's knife too. It's just so much easier. Yeah, because, like, look, the enemies, they spawn, and then they're already dead the moment they spawn. Because I'm constantly shooting shots. The moment the leech spawns, it dies. Because I already have tears on the screen, and they instant hone to him. It's just so obvious. It's funny, because at first, I definitely thought knife was easier for this fight. But I've actually come around. I do think homing's a lot better for this fight. It's just so much less likely for you to take a hit on that third phase. I think they're similar enough. Like, I think knife is better on first and second phase for sure. But, like, those phases are easy on both. So that doesn't matter that much. Like, you definitely killed first and second phase way quicker with knife. Sure. But I basically never died to those phases realistically. Third phase is the only phase where you realistically die commonly. And homing is a lot better on third phase there. So that's super telling to me. We all know Delirium homing wins, so we're not going to do that. We're going to go for Mega Satan. You better get away with that as well, yeah. Man's weapon knife is really close. It's just that knife has the potential to win the fight by one-shotting every face, but homing is more consistent. Exactly. Like, this is what I'm saying, like, experience matters a lot, chat. It is easy to look at the insane DPS of knife and think in a vacuum, yes, knife is better than every item in the entire game. But there's so much more to consider, right? If you're playing as a character that dies in one hit, you can't do these, like, melee strats that Victor's talking about. Not commonly, it's too risky. This is actually where Chaos kind of stinks. Yo, Book of Sin, insane. I didn't get a holy card this entire run. What the hell? Yo! Book of Sin is insane! That's a good clip. Somebody clip that and put it in my Discord. That is awesome. I said I didn't get a holy card this entire run, and I had deck of cards, but I used Book of Sin to spawn holy card. That is so funny. Wait, that's actually so funny. This is why Book of Sin is so high tier, chat. Book of Sin spawns holy card for Tainted Lost. Confirmed. That's so funny. Oh my god. That's actually so funny. Holy crap. Oh my god. Homing just feels so much easier. You can just stay at one side of the room and just continuously shoot. With Knife, you have to run up. Like, I didn't even need to aim. Come on. Let me just burst this point even more. Remove Spoon Bender. Give Mom's Knife. I mean, hell, homing is really good on Curse of Darkness. The low visibility means that you're hitting shots without being weakened by the visibility. I will say Dark Room, Curse of Darkness is the one scenario where I think Curse of Darkness is really bad. Just because the floor is also dark, it makes it significantly harder to see. Yo, crack the sky, insane. Knife was way worse in that room. Book of Sin, better than deck of cards. So true. You're so right. This room's probably easier with Knife, to be fair. Just instantly killing them. That's probably fair. Imagine if we get conjoined. Show even more for homing. Like, just make it overkill. Because conjoined homing is actually crazy, I will say. Homing would be way better here, because I can actually see him and just shoot him at all times. Homing was definitely better in that room. Ooh, wow. Okay, let's keep this here. If we ever find holy card, that's insane. Oh my god! Okay, that room... That felt like it was because of Knife. Rooms with a lot of ads, you just get overwhelmed way too quickly. You actually just get overwhelmed. Hello? Am I crazy, chat? I actually don't think this is a skill issue. This room is really hard with Knife. Like, I can't kill them quick enough. That is crazy. It's also really hard to see the spiders because of Dark Room and Curse of Darkness. The Curse of Darkness is my #1 hate curse. Yeah, honestly, I wasn't considering Dark Room Curse of Darkness. Dark Room Curse of Darkness is so much worse. Yeah, it's just so hard to see everything. But again, like, this is part of this. That's a benefit of homing, though. Homing actually hard counters Curse of Darkness, because you can just always attack enemies when you can't see. This is like one of the few times I actually managed to clear the room without getting hit. All right, now. I got hit and died, like, at least 4 times in that room, right? Sometimes in a row. Let's remove Spoonbender. No, remove Mom's Knife. Give Spoonbender. Right? Ooh, I did get hit, to be fair. I didn't die, though. I did get hit, though. Maybe that room's just hard. You know what I could do with homing? Oh, shoot. That is so funny. What? Come on. Come on. Homing is so free, bro. You do the same with knife. It is too late. It's hard to say. I think I wouldn't have killed the enemies quick enough until the flying enemies would have gotten me. It might have been easier than what I was doing with knife, though. I think it definitely would have been harder with knife. Like, it would have been more likely for me to get hit with knife. Because in this specific spot, I would have to aim at every individual enemy. But here, the homing shots just attack everything much easier. Right? So I'm just, like, always landing shots. Whereas knife, I'm going to miss a lot. I think knife is more likely to get hit in that scenario. But you might be right that even with knife, that probably is the play in that room. Maybe. I don't know. That moment when you throw. To be fair, I did do this room without taking a hit before. Yo, Bomb Beggar, insane. Everyone's favorite beggar. Yo, Bomb Beggar actually paying out, insane. Can I get a holy card, please? Rainbow baby. Can I get conjoined? Insane! Oh my god, I feel bad. I feel bad for Knife. We've gutted Knife in this run. We've actually gutted Knife in this run. No! I'm sorry, Knife. Oh my god, we've gutted Knife in this run. No! Oh my god, this isn't fair. This isn't fair. No. Remove spoon bender. Give mom's knife. People sleep on spoon bender specifically because of the existence of Sacred Heart and Godhead. I actually agree, Super Spun. I actually think, in a similar way that Turt says that Spirit of the Night gets carried by flight, I feel the same way about Spoonbender. I think that, or I feel the same way about homing and Sacred Heart. I think that the homing aspect of Sacred Heart is vastly more important than the damage multiplier it gives. I actually do. Like, I think without homing, Sacred Heart is only like A+. It's not even insane. It just isn't. Homing is what carries those items. Without homing, those items are only A+. This is so much worse. This is so much worse. This is so much worse. It's actually not even close. I feel so bad for Knife. This isn't fair. Yo, the Luckfoot, insane. Brimfly is actually helpful in enemy tier list. Yo, Blood Dono's Machine on Tainted Lost, let's go. Alright. Let's do it. The Lamb. I think the joint is not very good. Yeah, I mean, that's another synergy that homing has that just, you know. Alright. I do like how Lead Pencil actually gives me use for the Lost Contact. Not too bad. I took one hit, but you know what? We had a holy card. We do it again just to be safe. Oh wait, I forgot to use Empress, my bad. Getting hit once is probably about the average. To be fair, I think going into the Lamb with one holy card is absolutely, like, that's likely on a Tainted Lost, right? I think it's actually more unlikely to make it to the Lamb and not have a holy card charge. I think that's unrealistic. I think on average, you actually might even have a holy card in reserve, so you have 2 charges. So I think at least having 1 mantle charge for this final boss is completely fair. So you probably win this knife run, right? To be fair, that's the point, right? The point of Insane Tier is if you have one of the Insane Tier items, you've won the run. And I still feel like that's true for Knife. As much as I'm ragging on Knife compared to homing, I still think, like, this run is way better with Knife than with nothing, right? So just keep that in mind, chat. Knife is not a negative to this run. It's just, when compared to Spoonbender, it looks way worse. Because I think I've actually convinced myself Spoonbender's maybe a decent bit better. I mean, hell, let's do this, right? First of all, let's remove Mom's Knife. Right? Let's give Spoonbender. So let's do the fight with Spoonbender. This is so unfair. It can't even hit me. It actually cannot even hit me. That is so unfair. Oh my god. And this is my point. Homing combines with every item in the game, Knife doesn't. Every single item in the game benefits from homing. Not all items benefit from Mom's Knife. In fact, Mom's Knife makes a lot of items worse or do nothing. It's not even close. It actually is not even close. I'll do it one more time. I bet I'm not even gonna get hit once. It's not even close. It's not even close. Oh my god. Generally, like, do a normal run, Isaac with D6, with and without Epic Fetus. By the end, the Epic Fetus run will be way more than the one that started without an item. D6 is really hard to compare. I think D6 would have to be compared to a run with another active item. D6 is a utility item. That is actually way too different of an item to compare to a battle item. I do get what you're saying. I get your point. And also, that is unfair, because D6, you're giving it at the absolute best possible time to get D6, which is at the start of the run. That's a big negative of D6, is that depending on the point where you pick it up, it can actually just do nothing, right? So that is a very unbalanced test. Obviously, D6 wins that run. We even said, when we ranked D6, if it was Isaac D6 that we were ranking, it's insane tier, 100%. Because every Isaac run always gets OP, because you're starting with D6. It's easy to say that D6 is insane tier because Isaac is a character that starts with D6, but D6 in an actual run, a lot of times it spawns a little bit too late, and then it just doesn't have that much of a benefit. I mean, it's still good. It's A+ for a reason. A+ is really good. It's still above Cricket's Head and Magic Mush. Like, these are insane items. But, you know, there's a condition to it, right? Depending on the time of pickup, it could not be as good. So I think that's very unfair. Whereas I think anytime you pick up Epic Fetus, it's really, really good. That is true, though. That room with the spiders, that would have been really hard with Epic Fetus. Mega Satan is going to be the nail in the coffin for Knife. Oh, yeah. Poor Knife. I thought Mega Satan, it can pop off. Grammar and Knife, which is better? So here's another test I want to do. We all know that this is a W, right? For Spoonbender. I mean, come on, right? It's not even close. And here's another thing. I brought this up with Turt. Forms are actually an even better synergy. If you have an item that synergizes with a form like Conjoined or even Guppy, then I think it's even better. Because, hell, does Knife actually double with Bookworm? It might, to be fair. I feel like it probably does. It'd be really bad if it didn't, though. Does Knife combine with Bookworm? Does anybody know? Sorry, both runs have D6. Oh! Okay, you know what? That is a more fair test. Like, you start with Epic Fetus and D6, or you start with just D6. And that's kind of like... and see which run is better. That actually might be a good test. Maybe. I think Epic Fetus wins that. Basically, you're saying you could get better runs without Epic Fetus, you know, to optimize a good tier spam build. I can see that, actually. That makes sense. Yeah, maybe I actually see that test. That's a fair point. But at the same time, I don't think that would change D6's ranking, though, is the thing. Because, again, it's just unfair. You're putting D6 in at the very beginning of the run. I actually think, for the test, you'd have to start at, like, Caves 4. I mean, Caves 4. Caves 2 with D6 on both. Because then that's, like, an average time of pickup for D6. I think I would do that. I would start with Epic Fetus, start with nothing, right? And then do the swap off there, right? Like, one run has Epic Fetus and D6, one run has just D6. Because, again, you can't assume that you're going to get D6 and floor one item room. That's way too unrealistic. Alright, are we still planning on streaming today, Lamau? We are! I'm sorry! I'm sorry. Okay, look, I'm about to finish. Look, Abby, I'm going to be ready in 20 minutes, okay? Feel free to yell at me in chat if I'm not. Okay, so yes, Spoonbender definitely wins here. I want to see, actually, remove Spoonbender, give, I think it still needs 20 minutes, Lamau. I'm sorry, Abby. Give, I shall chill then. I'm sorry, Abby. We're just testing items right now. We have a really good test going on for 2 items. I'm gonna give Brimstone. Brimstone is currently at the top of of insane tier. And you know what? I think Spoonbender is a better run here. Oh my god. Okay, to be fair, Brim at least does have the tier synergies better than Knife. So there is at least that. To be fair, Brimstone is so high mainly because of room clearing, not necessarily bosses. Like, the piercing is really OP, the inherent spectral is really OP. It is nice, though. Like, compared to... I actually think this is better than Knife, I will say. Because you have the lost contact coming into clutch, as well as the... Yeah, I do think that was easier with Brim than Knife, even though it was slower. But it was definitely worse than homing. I think that's a given. And here's the thing, you could easily say, oh, it's because you have Conjoined. But I think you always pick Conjoined with Brim. I think it's a throw not to. Because Conjoined Brim is so OP for rooms. You never ignore that absolute free room clear condition. The Conjoined Brim is actually so OP for rooms. So I don't think you ever pass on it. I think that's silly. Wow, what just happened? Yeah, Brim's definitely better than Knife, but Spoonbender was definitely better than Brim. You were actually invincible with Spoonbender. I do think without Conjoined, Brim would be faster than homing. Can we get rid of, remove... Well, it might not be... Okay, it might actually be faster, but does that matter? Again, it's just like Knife, right? I think the protection of the Conjoined... lost contact is vastly more safe than a quicker fight, right? Epic Fetus will struggle so hard in that spider room. You actually might be right. Epic Fetus maybe could use more testing. Oh, let's try Epic Fetus right now. Remove Brimstone. Give Epic Fetus. Why not? Oh, I forgot that we have the Conjoined. That's so good. This actually might be the best of them all. What? The secret carry? Epic Fetus was even better than Spoonbender. That killed so much faster than Knife. What? What? I forgot how good triple shot Epic Fetus is. It just does so much damage. That's actually easier than Spoonbender. What? Are we sleeping on Epic Fetus? No, we're not. We're not. Epic Fetus is worse into rooms. We all know Epic Fetus is insane into bosses. I would say Epic Fetus is better into bosses than Mom's Knife is. And that's a crazy statement because Mom's Knife is really good into bosses. Epic Fetus ignores boss armor with every single shot, and that's insane. That's a bit of an unfair comparison for Epic Fetus, I will say. Because Epic Fetus is just really insane into bosses, so just keep that in mind. Like, Epic Fetus is lowest in insane because it's kind of rough into enemy rooms. But it is actually probably the best boss killer on the list so far. I think that's actually fair. Because you have the infinite range, which Knife doesn't have, and you ignore boss armor, and you have really good synergies. Whereas Knife kills synergies, has low range. Yeah, I think that's actually just it. That's actually just it. Epic Fetus is broken, but its synergies ruin it. What do you mean? This synergy is awesome. This is an amazing Epic Fetus run. Like, and I wasn't even building for Epic Fetus either. I probably, like, if I got Epic Fetus earlier in this run, I could have absolutely made it even better. This is an unbuilt Epic Fetus run, and it's still insane. Okay, let's give Spoonbender, remove Epic Fetus. And again, just to make sure that y'all understand what I'm saying about Spoonbender, it deserves insane tier. Do you see what's happening right now? Are you understanding? Are you understanding? It deserves insane tier. Knife was vastly worse in that fight. Like, by a lot. I didn't even use my Empress card. It's funny, because I was saying at the beginning of the stream, oh, and look! I could have made Epic Fetus even better! Mr. Mega Epic Fetus. I'm not gonna test it, because, like, what's the point? But I could have made it better. I literally had a huge synergy for Epic Fetus to make it even better. That's actually funny. Try Dr. Fetus. There's no need. Dr. Fetus is quite a bit lower tier than these. Like, these are all insane tier items. I've been convinced. Homing absolutely deserves insane tier. It's so obvious. Alright, let's try Spoonbender Mega Satan. To be fair, the Lost Contact is going to lose a lot of DPS in this fight. But it also protect me a lot, so makes up for it. I think the homing is vastly better into the ads that he spawns here. I'm just, like, fully invincible right now. Oh my god, that actually almost got me. But homing is so OP that it just killed it before it got to me. Oh, shoot. Look at that! I blocked a shot that was about to hit me! Easy. Woo! I almost got hit there. Oh, shoot, the rocks! Okay, I actually got hit. Damn. Alright, fair enough. To be fair, that was a Curse of Darkness diff. I would have gotten hit with knife there, too. I forgot about the rock attack. That's the thing with homing. It's easy to tell when you get hit by skill issue and when you get hit by knife. Like, if I get hit by knife, it's obvious. Like, it's because of low range. It's because I've been playing differently. But with Spoonbender, it's actually, like, I think that's the way to put it. Spoonbender mitigates. It actually makes it borderline impossible to skill issue. I think that's the best. Or no, I should say, I'll put it this way. With Spoonbender, you only get hit by skill issue. That's what I should have said, yes. I think that's true, honestly. You only get hit by Spoonbender when you skill issue. With any other item, you could just, like, get hit because it's realistic to get hit in certain situations. I don't even know if I can win this fight with Mom's Knife, honestly. I guess we're gonna find out, but, like, it's gonna be tough. This fight might actually be, like, I don't know. This fight might be unrealistic with Mom's Knife. Okay, now this is important because I don't have piercing, right? I have ways to hit him that any other item could not do. I am probably invincible here, to be fair. Yeah, like, this is gonna be slow, but I think I always win here. I think it's actually impossible for me to get hit. And the Explosivo is really good on this phase. consider this first try because the rocks was honestly 100% a skill issue. I would definitely consider this first try. If not, whatever. You could say second try. Because honestly... Oh, shoot. I better rewind right now because it might not let me. There you go. All right. You definitely went with both knife and homing. Well, yeah, but knife doesn't have homing. That's the point. Remove spoon bender. Give mom's knife. All right. I do not think this is realistic. Did I even use devil? I don't think I did. I didn't even use devil, I don't think. I'm going to use it with knife. I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt. That's a huge damage up that I just got for knife. I mean, for devil. And I didn't even have that for the homing. Keep that in mind. Psychic is going to help a lot here. Alright, I'm going to try my best, though. I want to get, like, an actual test going here. I will say, it is nice that I'm fully one-shotting these ads. But I think when he starts spawning a lot of them, it's going to be an issue. Oh, this boss. Yeah, this boss is way harder without the spread here. Okay, it's fine. Thankfully, he's the only one that spawns there, so it's not really an issue. But, like, if there was that and other boss at the same time, that could have been rough. It's actually going pretty good so far. I'll give knife the credit it deserves. I haven't been hit yet. Maybe it's actually possible that Turt was right. Maybe Mega Satan isn't that bad with knife. Maybe it is just Hush and Deli. Because I think the attacks are avoidable enough on Mega Satan. And you don't, like, you have a little bit more room to, like, charge and, like, it's easier to predict. Turt might have been right, actually. Maybe Mega Satan's not too bad with knife. This phase is definitely harder with knife, though. Okay, this phase is a lot harder with knife. Fudge! I can definitely win that. Okay, so... And I think y'all can clearly see what I mean. I only lost that because I could not shoot from afar there. And obviously I don't have the lost contact. So that's kind of what I mean, right? Like, I mean, that was a skill issue. But, like, okay. What I mean by you only lose by skill issue with homing is that with knife, you have situations where you basically can't. Well, of course, I could have avoided that, right? If I just played better. Yes. But it's hard to explain. It is just easier to avoid because of synergies and max range that knife is just better. I mean, knife is just worse in those situations. I will say, though, I was expecting knife to be a lot worse in against the ads. But I think because they're technically bosses, it's actually not that bad. It is important to note that I was comparing an attempt with the devil to one without devil. I'm pretty sure I did not use devil on my homing run. I'm pretty confident in that. Oh, maybe that's why it was so much easier with knife. Hold on, I'm gonna go back into the stream and check if I use devil or not on the homing attempt. Because that's actually really relevant. The extra damage might be why the knife attempt was so much easier. I didn't. I did not use the devil on the homing attempt. Okay, for the remaining knife tests, I'm going to assume I don't have devil. Because devil would do the same thing for spoonbender, right? We have to make sure it's a comparable test, yeah. Okay, let's do that then. No devil card this time. Wait for phase 2 before I make my judgment. To be fair, I will say, this run is, is this run better with knife or worse with knife? Like, let's say I were to get rid of knife, because I do basically lose lost contact here, and lost contact's really nice. I could try this fight without Spoonbender or knife and see the difference there. I feel like knife should be better in that case. But what if it isn't? That'd mean a lot for knife placement, because then it's just not anymore. That was... See, it was a skill issue, but it's hard to argue that homing wouldn't have just killed them all before that was even possible to happen. That was a skill issue, but homing would have made that situation impossible to happen. Because we've already seen, right? The homing without the devil card one-shots that boss. And that's kind of what I mean, right? Like, homing creates situations where it's actually impossible to get hit. Whereas knife can kill things fast enough to where you don't get hit. But I would much rather be impossible to be hit rather than less likely to be hit, right? Okay. Let's focus. Let's just focus on winning, not on doing damage. Okay, we did win. Definitely a lot harder, no doubt. I was invincible with homing. I don't even think that's like a contest. I was invincible with homing. On that, like, I'll put it this way. First and second forms, I think homing was a little bit better. Like, only a little bit. Like, I think they were comparable. Like, the whole entire first phase, like, with the ads and everything, I'd say they're comparable. I think homing is a little bit better just because it makes you actually impossible to get hit by the ads. I think it's possible to get hit by the ads for knife. I don't think it's realistic. Well, it's not impossible with homing. Hell, I think I even did get hit once against the ads. It's just less likely, right? On second phase, though, I actually think it's impossible to get hit. Because yeah, it's invincible. I actually wonder. Rewind. Let's remove Mom's Knife. This is going to be really important for Mom's Knife ranking. What if this run's actually just easier without Mom's Knife? I just want to see, right? I think we have confirmed basically that yes, homing, it stacks so much better with every single item in the game. It doesn't override items. Homing is a more consistent item than Mom's Knife for winning the run. I don't care about DPS or anything. I care about likelihood to win the run, and I think homing is way more likely to win the run. So far, this is pretty easy. I haven't been hit yet. Definitely way worse without homing, that's for sure. But I mean, it's going, right? I haven't really felt in danger yet because of the tier effects. I mean, even here, like, even without homing, like, this boss is a lot easier with just tears. I mean, I haven't even been hit yet. This is actually blowing my mind. I probably would have beaten the fight by now. Like, for sure, with homing, but I haven't been hit yet. I mean, it really feels like this is so much easier without knife. I mean, this phase is basically... It's pretty... Well, I shouldn't say it's similar, because I'm definitely doing way less DPS, because I'm not hitting all my shots, like, from conjoined without homing. But protection-wise, it feels similar to the homing attempt, right? Like, I kind of just feel pretty invincible right now. I'm, like, all up in his face. But yeah, the conjoined tiers not hitting is definitely hurting my DPS a lot when compared to homing. Like, homing definitely would have been beat this fight, like, a solid 20 seconds ago, I'm pretty confident. I will say knife is not as bad into Mega Satan as I thought it would be, but I think a tier spam build is still better. Like, I'm still right that knife is worse, but it's fine into Mega Satan. But the problem is that that proves to me that knife is worse into that fight. Might be more of a win for contact than it is for homing. I don't think so. What we could do, really quick, let's give, remove lost contact, and give spoon bender. Alright, we literally have one less item in our run now. So let's try that. I'm just gonna rewind right there. I just didn't see it. I just didn't see it, I'm gonna be honest. I am gonna be honest. I did not see it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, like, these phases are vastly better with homing. You just, like, nuke all the ads. Like, the ads aren't even an issue. You just kill everything so quick with homing. It's that extra DPS, dude. The way I see this run right now is that homing is homing is better DPS than knife and also max range and homing. Like, you just hit all your hits. And hell, this phase, okay, I will say, this phase is definitely less safe without lost contact, but I'm doing way more damage. Like, no doubt. Oh, shoot. These are weird to dodge. Oh, wow. I might actually die here. Yeah, this phase, I think, just lost contact's really good. Whoa! Wow. There we go. Okay. That's fair. Well, there you go. Homing was definitely way easier than knife. I could say that with 100% confidence. All right. That was good. We tested all the likelihoods, and I think that was a fair test. I really do think it was. Not just one way. It doesn't work with knife is a huge con for knife. Exactly. It's a knife problem because it has less synergies. It's worse. Exactly. Just found out Broken Heart gets rid of Crown of Light Multiplier. That sucks. All right. I think that's telling. I think that was a good test. I'm not going to test Deli because we don't need to beat into knife anymore. There is no reason to test Deli. Trust me. There is no reason to beat into knife anymore. We have... I feel a little bad, honestly. I thought knife was going to be so much closer. I thought knife was going to be better. I actually just thought knife was going to be better than Spoonbender. But it just isn't. I'm actually shocked. I kind of wanted to test Brimstone as well. I think Spoonbender is better in that fight. Yes, it is actually, because we got lost contact that run. Spoonbender would have been better than Brimstone as well, because how Brimstone works with Spoonbender is that it's a chance to block shots. So I would have much rather just had the invincibility on phase 2 with Spoonbender. And the fact that Brimstone makes lost contact worse means that Spoonbender is better because it synergizes better with that item, right? All right. So really quick, I'm gonna have to get going here in a second, but because I want to stream with a friend on Twitch. Really quick poll. Do you think Spoonbender is insane tier? I'm not saying is it better than knife. I just want to know, do you think Spoonbender is insane tier? Because I'm very convinced. I mean, that fight without lost contact even was vastly better with Spoonbender than it was with knife. Can you get the convinced for the tier list? Turret does typically respond pretty well to tests. I've convinced him on a lot of items through testing, and I think this was a pretty fair test. I actually do. I just think it's clear that knife gets overridden. Knife overrides a lot of effects that, you know, like, and Explosivo was another great, like, even outside of shielded tiers, right? Explosivo is also a great point for homing, right? Because homing synergizes with that, and knife, knife overrides Explosivo. I just didn't have that for the fight. And again, like, any tier-based effect, that'll always be the case. Knife performed exactly as I expected, but Spoonbender really surprised me. Yes. I will say, Knife performed a little worse than I expected. I didn't realize how much overriding it actually does until you really pay attention to it in a run. But yeah, there's a lot of overriding going on. I know that Ocular Rift is a throw on Tainted Loss, but we had 3 items that just do nothing with Knife. Ocular Rift, Explosivo, and, what's it called? Lost Contact. All 3 of those items are, like, they just do nothing for Knife. So for the overriding point, yeah, I think Knife performed a lot worse than I expected, because I did not realize how much it actually overrides. Spoonbender result would be insane in my eyes. Emote Knife promotes Spoonbender. I'm gonna wait to see what Turt thinks. I feel conflicted, because Knife is one of those items that maybe it's actually bottom insane tier. Hell, even Epic Fetus in that run, especially, like, Epic Fetus was just awesome compared to Knife. Epic Fetus would have destroyed Mega Satan in that fight, by the way. And all the best synergy is also problematic. This test convinced me Knife needs to go down. That makes Godhead and Sacred Heart look better. Other than Fame. To be fair, if Knife wasn't a synergy killer, it would be above Brim. 100%. I agree. That's what we're saying, right? The list is not a solo item list. It is a list based on, if you see this item, what is your win rate? Are you more likely to win with one item over the other? And Brim is always a take. I think Epic Fetus is more of a take than Knife is, most of the time. And Homing is more of a take than everything in Insane so far. If I do another test, I might want to test Spoonbender versus Brimstone. Maybe. Because that's a little closer, right? Because then, you have the max range of Brimstone as well, and Brimstone synergizes with way more items. I think that'd be a much closer test. I feel so lost in that room with the spiders. Damage, but its downsides are massive. So many bosses like Mother just melt with Knife. Epic Feat. The thing is that this is not, we are not ranking based on DPS. I need to keep repeating that, chat. We are not testing for DPS. We're testing on run safety. How much does your win rate increase with one item over the other? And I think Spoonbender is a much higher win rate item than Knife is. Which is crazy. I did not think that would be the case. I guess they didn't find me how good Lost Contact can be, IMO. That's true. Fetus has similar specs to Knife, Boss Killer, Bad Room Clear, Destroy Synergies. Alright. I haven't tested Brim yet, but we did, to be fair, fight the Lamb with Brimstone. And Homing felt way better than Brimstone for that fight specifically. Maybe we'll do another test. Spoonbender versus Brimstone at some point. But I absolutely think this is very telling to me. It should be Insane tier. Synergies make the run, yes. And you will get synergies. Kills things quicker, equals less change for things to hit you. I don't think Homing is ever a pass. Hell, and that's another thing, right? Even something like Quad Shot, you could pass on. Even something like Tech 2. Is Tech 2 ever a pass? There might be some synergies that Tech 2 messes with. Maybe it has some anti-synergies. What does Homing actually mess up? I don't actually think there's a single item that Homing hurts. I don't think there is. Epic Fetus vastly outscales Knife and DPS. Is that true? I actually thought Knife DPS would be better. I guess boss armor is a thing, right? All right. Well, anyway, I'm gonna get going because I really want to stream. I really want to stream Pokemon Soul Link with my friend Pokeabby on Twitch. Homing has never passed. It does its job at worst. You never pass Cricket either. That's true, but Cricket is just a much worse effect than Homing. It's not even close. The thing is I can't. Like, homing is too good to compare to cricket. It's actually just not even close. Homing can mess with text 0? What? I don't see that. Alright. I've been convinced. I thought maybe it might be bottom insane. Now I'm honestly legitimately wondering if it's higher than Brimstone. I am honestly legitimately wondering if it's higher than Brimstone. Which is ridiculous. But I cannot think of a single time where homing was a detriment to the run. That's the biggest part, right? Even Brimstone has detrimental aspects that make certain rooms harder. Right? Knife does too. Epic Fetus does too. They all have like charge aspects. When on earth is homing going to cause any of those situations? Never. Wow, man. And it, the fact that homing synergizes with conjoined so well is huge because forms are way more likely to happen than just one item. Like, conjoined happens a lot, right? It's literally just 3 familiars. Familiars are common. So, like, synergizing with a form like conjoined is honestly insane. Alright. I know what I'm gonna, I think for now, I'm at least gonna say homing above knife. And it really might be above Brim as well. Maybe I need to do another test for that. But even just the one time I switched to Brim for Lamb, I don't know, man. I really don't know. You high rolled one run, and now you think Spoonbender is insane. Just let it ride for a bit, big guy. You're talking crazy. I mean, we'll do more tests. I'm never against more testing. I'm saying for now, I think homing is above knife. Because there was never a single time in that entire run, even early. That's the biggest convince for me. No, legitimately, chat, that's the biggest convince for me. Homing felt better by floor like 2 or 3. I thought knife was going to feel better all the way up till womb. And then I was going to argue that maybe the end game, like if the end game was way better with Spoonbender, it'd be comparable to knife. Knife would still be higher, like better in the insane tier. But Spoonbender is comparable to knife because it has a better end game and it synergizes with more item. That's what I was gonna say. Knife is better overall because it has better run saving potential. But I think Spoonbender is close because it's still solid into the early game. But completely carries the end game. That's the craziest thing. I don't think it was high roll. I really don't. I think so quickly it felt like homing was better. There were very niche scenarios where knife was better. Knife is only better in a low roll run at early game when you barely have any items. Yeah, I think I agree. But I think homing also saves those runs. Honestly, I'd be down to try a seed that has really bad item spawns, and I just give myself homing in that run, and test that. Because you're right, knife theoretically is better on a low roll run. So we could test that. I'm down to test that. That sounds like a fair test. Let's test if knife is better on a super low roll run, or if homing's better. Because it actually might be. I think homing is underrated for the early game as well. I really do. Instantly, I felt like homing was... Almost instantly, I felt like homing was safer. Do the impossible Eden seed. That is crazy. I saw that, yeah. Okay, I gotta go. Because my friend's waiting for me. Y'all have a wonderful night. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. I know this was a very last-second stream, last-second test stream, but I had a fun time. Thanks for hanging out. And you can find me on Twitch or on Discord. I'm going to be streaming on Twitch in just a second if you are curious and hanging out, but that's going to be a Pokemon stream, so I know a lot of y'all probably aren't going to be interested in that either way. Join the Discord if you want to have more debates. And with that, I'll see y'all next time. Later, manners. Bye.